Hi, my name is Kenny Johnson, and welcome to this video tutorial on functions and domain and range. Alright, today I'm going to show you how to create this function table. Alright, so they give us an equation. The equation is y equals 3.3 minus x. Alright, so let's get started. Now to make this function table, what we're going to have to do is set up a table like the one I have on the bottom right of the screen. And then after you set up the table, what we're going to do is we're going to fill it in. Now the left column is the x. Now that's the input column. Now the middle column is the function rule. So what you're going to put in is the function for the equation. Now this right here is the function, the 3.3 minus x. So we'll put that right here. 3.3 minus x. Now the third column is the y, and that's your output. Now that's going to be your answer, basically. Alright, so now let's fill in the table. To fill in the table, you just pick numbers for x. It'd be best to do it around 0 depending on the problem. And now for this problem, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are our values for x. Alright, now for the function rule, all you do is plug in the number that you put in the x column into where it says x in the function. So for 1, we'll do 3.3 minus 1. Simple enough. Now for 2, we'll do 3.3 minus 2. So on and so forth. So we have 3.3 minus 3 and 3.3 minus 4. Alright, now for the y, all you have to do is solve the function. So you look at the middle column, and all you do is solve what you put in there. So for the first one, for 1, we have 3.3 minus 1, which is 2.3. For the second one, we have 3.3 minus 2, which is 1.3. For the third one, we have 3.3 minus 3, which is 0.3. And for the fourth one, we have 3.3 minus 4, which is negative 0.7. Alright. Now that's the first half of the problem. You've just completed a function table. Now the second half, they want to know what the domain and the range of the table is. So what we have to do is figure out which column is the domain and which column is the range. So the left side, your x, is going to be your domain column. Right there. And the right side, your y, is going to be your range. So all you have to do is input the numbers that you got in the table. So for the domain, I put a D colon, so we don't write domain, it's just D for short. And so you do the little brackets, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, now for the range, which is the Y column, we have R, do a little colon, and then the brackets, and now we just plug in the numbers that we have for Y. And you have to make sure that you plug in the same row for the Y's and X's in the same order. So since I started with 1, I have to start with 2.3. So we have 2.3, comma, 1.3, comma, 0.3, comma, negative 0.7. Alright. Now, that seems right, doesn't it? Okay, now the only problem with that is, in domain and range, what you want to do is go from least to greatest. You're always going to go from least to greatest. Now for domain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 is least and 4 is the greatest. But for the range, 2.3 isn't the least. And negative 0.7 isn't the greatest. So what we're going to have to do is switch that around. So if we rewrite our range over here, we have from least to greatest, we have our negative 0.7, that's the least. Then we have 0.3, then we have 1.3, then we have 2.3. And that would be the correct way to do the range. You make sure you always have it from least to greatest. You just solved the function table and did the domain and range for that function table. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. Keep learning.